Okay, well, on Friday we chose to go to the National Sports Stadium to raise our voices, to raise our displeasure against the continued failures by the Zanu-PF government, which claims to be the government of the people, when you all know that it is not a people's government. The reason why we mainly went to the National Sports Stadium came as a result of realizing that the democratic space is being suffocated each and every time. You might remember that as a party, whenever we do out of courtesy notify the police about our intentions to do some demonstrations, which is a constitutional right, the police always respond to us with a prohibition order. This has happened not once, not twice, not thrice, but several times. So as a result of that, we realize that it's pointless then to notify the police whenever we want to take a particular action. This is why we utilize the soccer match where Warriors were playing against Botswana to send a clear message to Emmerson Mnangagwa and his cabal, that as the people of Zimbabwe, we are not happy with the way he's handling the matters of this country. This is why you realize that from our placards, we're raising a number of issues. We're talking about the economic demise that is happening in our country. And this is happening because Emmerson Mnangagwa has no capacity and he has no clue to address the economic conditions of this country. We're also talking about our doctors. We realize that over the past weeks, they've been firing doctors willy-nilly. And we're saying we don't require a government that fires its own doctors. What you actually need is a government that responds to the concerns that are being raised by the doctors. We also talked about several issues, even issues to do with corruption, which has become rampant in our country. We are saying we are underdeveloped as a nation, not because we are poor, but because we have corruption that is leading to few people benefiting at the expense of the majority. So those are some of the messages that we're raising on that particular day. But fundamentally, we're raising a message which is clear that Emmerson Mnangagwa is an illegitimate leader. His illegitimacy can be drawn back to 2017 when he took over power from Robert Mugabe through a coup. And they also attempted to sanitize their illegitimacy in 2018 when he became an appointed president. He was appointed by the Constitutional Court and never elected. So all those things are now haunting him. Yes, you can rig an election, but definitely you cannot rig an economy. This is why we are where we are today. Cash shortages all over. Even the EcoCash is no longer a reliable platform because we have a government that does not know how best to deal with the economy. So we are facing a serious governance crisis that is stemming from the illegitimate question, which is represented by Emmerson Mnangagwa. So this is why we chose to utilize the soccer match and raise the number of placards carrying different messages, but all directed to the failures of Emmerson Mnangagwa and Zanu-PF. Of course, I was really inspired and I was really encouraged by the spirit that was shown by the people of Zimbabwe. Because when you got into the stadium, at that particular moment, no one knew what we were going to do. But the moment when we started to lift our placards, a number of people then started to join in. That sent a clear message to me that the people of Zimbabwe are seriously fed up by the failures of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Of course, there were some few people who then tried to distance themselves away. But those who tried to move away were actually fewer than those who joined. Because beyond just lifting the placards, we're also singing music. Singing songs that were sending a message of also a displeasure against the failures, against Emmerson Mnangagwa and his Zanu-PF government. So, the numbers then started to grow unexpectedly. And that is something that I would like to take this opportunity to thank the people of Zimbabwe for joining us in solidarity, ensuring that they also take part in sending a message against the government of Emmerson Mnangagwa. And beyond just the other supporters joining us, even the journalists who were around, for a moment there to shift their focus on the soccer match and came to us in an attempt to understand what was really happening. And I'm happy that the people of Zimbabwe are also clear on what they want, are also clear on what they require as a nation. Yeah, of course, the economic situation is quite pathetic. We are suffering as a nation. So many things are just happening in a very wrong way. If you talk about electricity, there are so many power shortages. And this is happening at a point where it's unexpected to have a country going through such difficulties. You are talking about corruption. You see, we are impoverished as a nation, not because we are generally poor, but we are poor because we have so many people. I mean, few people who are taking everything and putting them in their pockets. So they are fattening their pockets at the expense of the majority. This is why we are where we are today. When you talk about unemployment, we have so many young people out there who are employable, yet they're unemployed because they are failing to create jobs. It's a government that has no clue whatsoever to create jobs for its own people. They are failing in that regard. They are failing to take such a responsibility. There are so many issues that are happening. People are being arrested willy-nilly for simply raising concerns that are genuine. Talking about doctors, they are being fired for raising a genuine concern. People are saying we just want an increase in our salaries. Instead of addressing the concern, they are firing people. You know, if you ask yourself why they are doing that, it's because they don't care about the people. An ordinary citizen is the one who wants to acquire medical attention in Parenyatwa, not these guys in government. They actually get medication outside the country. They fly, even when they get flu, they fly abroad, leaving us to suffer. We are the ones who cannot acquire medical attention beyond the borders. This is why they are firing people, because they don't care about our lives, which then also confirms what we've always said, that Emmerson Mnangagwa was not the people's president. He's an appointed president. Yet it being that he's a people's president, you would care for the people. But because he doesn't care, it means that he really don't mind, because he was never elected by the people. Instead, he was appointed. So all what he cares for is the welfare of one Malaba and his cabal that appointed him to the Constitutional Court judgment. In terms of the ordinary citizens, they really don't care. People are suffering. We don't have the basics. Care shortages are also taking a center stage. But you know, we can go the entire day highlighting the challenges that we are facing. But in short, beyond just identifying the challenges, I have a word of encouragement to the people of Zimbabwe. Let's stand up and ensure that we are counted in contributing towards the birth of a new Zimbabwe. We don't deserve to be suffering as a people of Zimbabwe. We deserve better. What we are lacking is a responsible government. So let's take it upon ourselves to stand up, send a clear message that we need a new government that is responsible to the people's concerns, that is responsible to issues that affect the people, not the current government that doesn't care about the people. So let's stand up whenever there's an opportunity to stand up against the dictatorship, whenever there's an opportunity to stand up against tyranny. Let's stand up and send a clear message that enough is enough. We deserve better as a people of Zimbabwe.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.